over there. Give me just one moment to mute myself over there so that there's not a double lap of the audio, and it will continue to go. All right. I'm hoping everybody's feeling good. I'm so happy to see you guys down in on the chat. Let us know who you're calling in from. I would love to know how many people we have across the nation on Zoom right now. Where are you dialing in from? So share that info in the chat. There we go. Okay. We are now live on YouTube. We are here in Zoom. California, Jersey, Boston, Florida in the house. Hey, Cali, we in there. Cali, huh? North Carolina. We got KCMO, Pittsburgh, Jersey. Wow. We're everywhere. I love this. Okay. NYC, I got to shout out NYC. I'm going to go ahead and start a recording so that we have this to share later with those of us who tune in. But the best place to catch the replay is going to be really simple, right on over there on YouTube, right? It's easy to share. If you have anyone who is having trouble accessing Zoom, tell them just head over on YouTube. Make sure you guys subscribe, right? So that you can keep up to date and turn on the little notification bell on our page so that whenever we're live or wherever we're putting up some good stuff, if Bedroom Kandi is uploading something, that is something you want to check out. So make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to us over there because we're going to be doing so much on YouTube and you don't want to miss out on anything or potentially any opportunities that might come from being one of our loyal YouTube subscribers, as well as follow us on other social media, Bedroom Kandi, and our Kandi Coded Cosmetics page, because that's also going to get a lot of love tonight. To kind of kick off this event, I have some amazing co-hosts who are going to be joining me on stage here, and I'm so excited to bring them to you guys because these are people who not only are like really dialed into everything we have here at Bedroom Kandi, but these are people who I know are pretty powerful. These are people who I know who are not only powerful for themselves, but have made it their mission to help others see their power. And so I love that about them. The purpose of today's event, I am pretty powerful. Look, shameless plug. We happen to have a lipstick and it is called Pretty Powerful. And it's not on purpose, if that makes any sense. At Bedroom Kandi, we're so intentional about everything. I said I was going to start the recording, right? I should have probably did that. But good old YouTube to back me up, right? So when I am pretty powerful, we said to ourselves, it's Women's History Month, right? And how can we celebrate all of the good energy, all of the celebration of not only of those who have made history and paved the way for every woman who walks today, but how can we also celebrate those who are actively currently making history? But in addition to that, we love to take this as an opportunity to help other women feel empowered. Because at Bedroom Kandi, a huge part of our mission is empowerment and education. And then we just so happen to earn a thing or two while we're doing that, right? So I thought, you know what? Let's focus on just how affirmative everything at Bedroom Kandi is. We are so intentional. It's one of the things I love about this brand, about this company, that there are certain things that until you understand just how much thought went into it. We're talking about the thought that goes into the qualities. We're talking about the thought that goes into the materials that are used in our toys and other products that we create to make sure that they're going to stand the test of time with you. We're talking about overall the culture at Bedroom Kandi of a community, of a family. And so that's what we really wanted to bring to purpose. But even in our products, we started to notice, wow, we got all these crazy, gorgeous names: devoted, ecstatic, heartbreaker, a badass, right? Siren, all of these words that are so much like descriptors of what people's character might feel like. Are you intelligent? Are you resilient? Are you brave? Are you beautiful? Are you sassy? Are you sexy? Are you a MILF? Are you a goddess, right? So we love that your purchase is something that can be a constant reminder of everything that you are. So today, we hope that today you get a little bit more of a closer thought about who you are and what is going to be your I am by the end of the event, okay? So now, to help me out, okay, with bringing this home, I'm going to bring some amazing folks to the stage. And, I'll tell you this, the people who are joining you, I'm so excited for, because when I tell you our community is selfless, these are people who give their time, right? Just so unselfishly to help others. So I wasn't really that when I said we're going to have this event and we're going to be empowering people, that these folks raised their hand and said, sign me up. So first, I'm bringing to the stage one of our leaders. Her name is Anisha Robinson. Okay, she's going to give you a little bit of a glimpse of who Anisha is and tell you about who she's in it. But in order to make sure I edify her in a way that she ain't going to be coming at me with no pretty powerful underlying statements after this call, this is our top selling consultant in Georgia and team leader of Team Allure. No, but this is somebody who's literally been a leader on our leadership council. How many years now, Anisha? Like how
I've
many
been with
years?
Bedroom Candy for 9 years, and it was a fluke. But I've been on the council for 8 years. The first year was a fluke. I'm gonna let that, pass.
Let
Whatever.
that go. So we're talking about someone who has basically, since they've been with Bedroom Candy, been in leadership since then and has consistently showed up for herself, her business, her team, and her customers. So it's no surprise that we got her here. We know that she's also like she's top recruiter out there. Okay, number one. So we got a lot of things to celebrate here. So Anisha, thank you for joining us. I'm also going to bring to the stage, and then I'm going to ask each of them to give you a little bit of a glimpse of why they chose Bedroom Candy to be home for them. But I also got to ask to join me on stage another amazing leader in this community. And when I think about her, I don't know, guys, it's just one of those. I just feel like when I go to her house, my skin, she's gonna have good things for my skin to be moisturized. She's gonna make me feel welcome. She probably got a guest bedroom with a basket in it. I don't know. I don't just get this aura from this woman. I don't know. But because she's got such a nurturing, coaching sort of energy to her. So I absolutely am excited to bring Miss Saquana Mayfield onto the virtual stage as well. And I'll tell you, this is also a powerhouse leader who has served, who is a repeat. I like to call them serial leaders because they are repeat leaders on our council for our CAC, somebody who has ran a top team, who has always been consistently a perpetual boss. So I thank you, Saquana, also for jumping on up.
Thank you. And I'll give myself a shameless plug. Since Anisha is the number one in Georgia, I'm number one consultant in North Carolina. Thank you kindly.
Woo, 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 woo. Let me tell you something. We get a lot of I ams already, y'all. I am number one. Okay. Amazing. And so I love the fact that this next person joining us on stage has a beautiful connection to one of the people who's already on the virtual stage. And I got to get a more of a glimpse of the beauty of how they took their sisterhood in one place and brought their sisterhood over to Bedroom Candy and have been growing together. This is the epitome of literally collaborating and not competing, right? Because the next person happened to be brought and introduced to the business by one of the leaders, Saquana Mayfield, on the stage. And one thing I love about this woman is she came and she brought her whole family, first of all. Let me just tell you that. Sons, husband, everybody in there. And I will never forget the first time I got to really see her present. She happened to do it alongside her husband. And baby, it was a couples party, and that thing was spicy as all. Okay, what I can tell you is I am a married woman is definitely up in there for sure because they keep it spicy in the Harrell households over there. But also someone who is a leader in the community and not just joined the business alongside her soror, right? But also climbed her way up the leadership chart herself, made her way onto our leadership council, and is also a serial leader. So this woman is definitely pretty damn powerful. And I want to bring to the virtual stage Miss Quanda Harrell.
Sometimes you got to encourage yourself. How about that? Hey, I am not the number one leader in Maryland yet, but baby, I am Georgia's number one. I am the number one B. Okay. No, I'm pretty powerful and I'm fierce and I'm all of that in a bag of chips. So thank you, Miss Kasha, invited me to this wonderful, wonderful event tonight. I'm happy that everybody is joining us. Yes, I do have a wonderful connection with Saquana Mayfield. We are sisters and we'll get into that later or whatever, but I'm just blessed to be here to, present to you all. And we're just looking forward to a great event.
Absolutely. Now, guys, they say you save the best for last. Now, while everybody here is great, we actually got a really special guest with us here tonight. And I am really excited because this is somebody who's busy. I'm gonna tell you, because without this person, okay, Candyland might not be turning and pushing out and churning out these good products, and especially the vibes, y'all, especially the vibes. I like to call her our master of vibrations, our mistress of vibrations is the nickname that I've given her. but really that doesn't even do any service in really announcing this person. This is the woman who literally took it upon herself to decide to enter an industry that we know could be so taboo, that we know could be so male dominated sometimes, or focused on those things, and said, I'm going to make my way in there and I'm going to do it differently. But not only that, this is someone who represents the epitome of collaboration, because it had not been for this woman collaborating with Kandi, Bedroom Kandi would not be here today, right? This is our co-founder of the company, Miss Sookie Dunham, who is coming up here to spread some love here with us during our Iron Pretty Powerful event. And I'm so grateful that you were able to find time in your crazy schedule to show up here with us tonight. Welcome, Sookie.
Thank you so much. That was an amazing intro. I am just really pleased to be here and see all the faces and to be on this stage with our beautiful, very powerful leaders.
Yes, and don't get it twisted. Miss Sorrell ain't the only one keeping it spicy in the household now, you guys. Because what you may not know, and what you're gonna find out today, is one of our other co-founders happens to be the husband of Sookie. And so Brian and Sookie definitely, literally, I gotta imagine it's an interesting household. We're gonna get to that a little bit in a minute. I gotta imagine that part right there. But we asked Sookie to join us for a moment so that we can just get a little bit of peek inside of the mind of a woman who, when I say master vibrations, I need you to understand that the technology that goes into our awesome toys, Sookie. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Sookie. But if you guys have been a fan of Kandi and the Housewives franchise, you would have seen, I think it was maybe season 2 of the show, where Kandi and Sookie met. Was it a diner you guys were at, Sookie?
Yes, we were
Right.
at the restaurant the first time I met. Yeah.
Yes. And Kandi kind of talked about why Sookie. She talks about, as she was looking for people to partner with, what made her want to partner with this woman. And, obviously our founder being a Grammy award winning, right? Let's pause right there. A Grammy award. She's almost next. She almost got that I think, what are we missing from there? It's the Oscar because she's got an Emmy, she's got a Grammy, and she's gotten everything but the Oscar. So she's working on it. She's
working on a Tony.
Tony.
I think, is it a Tony?
I think she's working on the Tony.
She's almost there, guys. Thank you so much. She's almost there, guys. So she's working on that. So we know this is a woman who's not a triple threat. It's a multi-thread. But she talked specifically about why she fell in love with Sookie. And one of those things was because she had a toy technology that blended her love for pleasure and music, right? So just to kick off, Sookie, can I ask, as you guys were having that introductory conversation, when you were looking at whether this partnership would be a great partnership for the both of you guys, you had already designed a toy technology which at that time was well beyond anything else. Now, I happen to know from the inside that you got a little history in the tech industry as well, right? But can you talk to me about what it was like when you made the decision to step into an industry where you would be manufacturing toys? Like, what tech, when it came to designing the tech, what was the thought process? And like, I'm gonna design toys.
It was I guess a fun just life, came out of a life experience. It's kind of funny. People don't realize this, or a lot of people don't know this. Like, I use this in the, 2 truths and a lie kind of thing. But I actually didn't get my first vibrator until I was 35. And here I am, a toy maker now for nearly 20 years. So it's kind of crazy. But at the time, as you mentioned, Kasha, I came from the tech world. I actually worked at Apple for almost a decade in worldwide product marketing. So that's kind of where my background comes from. And I actually became a stay-at-home mom after my time at Apple to raise my 2 smaller kids. And at that time, Brian, my partner, my husband, was traveling a lot, and he bought me my first vibrator and an iPod. And I found that I was kind of on parental duty myself. He traveled a lot. So I had to kind of switch gears after, I know you know this, Kasha, you've fed your kids, you've done homework, you've read books, you've bathed your children, you put them into bed. It's like, okay, now how do I take care of me? How do I get to my sexy place, to my sexy, powerful place? And music was my mode of transportation there. So I would listen to my iPod and use my Vibe. And at one point, I said to Brian, it'd be really cool if we could put these two devices together, these two things. And that's how music-driven vibration came to be, was out of personal experience. And yeah, and then it's been just a kind of a crazy ride from there. And our kind of meeting or our colliding with Kandi really came about because she was interested, obviously, in the fact that we made vibrators that vibrated to music. So that's kind of how we came about. She was doing a lot of research on the industry and trying to figure out who she might want to partner with, who had skill sets and the ability to make products for her. And we just happened to have a little bit of a shoe in making a product that vibrated to music. So that's kind of how that came to be.
I love that you shared that, Suki. And one of the things that you said that stood out so much for me was that you didn't get your first vibrator until 35, right? I really just wanted to like bring that to the top for a moment because I think one, it's a representation of with this particular subject, right? You will find that it was such a hush hush, even in the beginning of doing these types of parties, it was this shh, it's a secret sort of thing. And the conversation around pleasure that we have today absolutely wasn't what it was then. So I gotta imagine that it required a hell of a lot of courage to say that I'm going to step in this space, even though it was, that line between being conservative, right? And entering an industry that has so many negative associations, even though, we know it's not negative when you do it a certain way. So I just want to applaud you for that because that takes some major guts to do. Now, I know that some of our leaders here also had some questions for you, but you said something that made me really quick want to kind of see what the audience feels. I don't know about you guys, but I'm also heavily music motivated. I love like music can change anyone's mood. And I'm just curious to see what the reaction is going to be if I like hit play on a song to just the people on stage that are here, right? So let's do it. Can you guys hear it? Can I hear it?
Did it say "Freak me, baby"? Did I hear that?
So it's so funny because once everybody caught on, everybody had the same smile. That was so funny. It was like, oh yeah, I know what that. So we all know that music can set the mode, and so for those of you guys, that toy that Suki designed has come such a further way because now that happiness and joy used to require an actual plug-in input to your device in order for it to transmit the vibration to your toy. But now the toys that we have that are sound responsive are controlled by apps on your phone, are controlled by the speakerphone button on the remote. Like it's all wireless, it's all Bluetooth. Like it's so crazy to see just the advancement of that. Now, like I said, our leaders also prepared a few questions for you before we let you get back to your busy life and tell Brian he can have his wife back in just a moment. But I did want to give them an opportunity to ask the questions they have for you. So can you tell me, Anisha, you had a question for Suki a little bit about this becoming a consultantship. Do you want to share that with her?
Yeah, so Suki, hey girl, hey.
Hey.
Hey. So you touched a little bit on when you met Kandi and you guys met and you guys started talking about partnering, right? But can you elaborate on about expanding this business out to others? What was that conversation like? Like you talked about how the toy part and the manufacturing and stuff like that came apart, but how did it expand? Like, where did the idea come to offer this opportunity to other people?
I really have to give the credit to that to Kandi. The one thing that really really sat with me when I met her is how she brings others with her along for her ride. She really is always about lifting other people up, giving other people opportunities. She's a very special woman. And yeah, and we had started the business. Actually, the first year of the business, it was just online, and that was the only way you could get a bedroom candy product. And then we sat down and she said, I'd really like to figure out a way to offer this possibility to others. And also, I mean, she's a very smart, as we all know, entrepreneur and businesswoman. And she really was looking to create a legacy and allow others to create a legacy with this business. And so that's really how Home Party came along. And yeah, it was incredible. And Brian and I are like, totally, we can make this happen. And that's what we did. So yeah, it was really Kandi's vision for really bringing others along for her ride.
Wow, that's really amazing. And I knew the story, right? Like a lot of us knew the background story, but I wanted everybody else to hear it. And it just makes me think back. I had a live that I did last night with one of my team members, and she asked me what keeps me going. And I was like, when I first got into the industry, when I first came over to Bedroom Candy, because I was with another company at first, and then they closed their doors. They went bankrupt. And I always say Bedroom Candy chose me, right? Because I didn't have any other options. I'm not going to even mention the other people that may have been an option. But the thing that attracted me was knowing the background history about Kandi and how she's empowering everyone else. And so when I was talking to my team member last night, I was like, that's one of the reasons why I stay here, because everybody know I love my team. Like, if you know me, if you know my name, you know my team name, right? So I love empowering other people. And I know Saquana and Kwanda are going to tell their story about each other, but a lot of people don't know that Kasha was actually on my team. So the empowerment just is a whole circle around here. Like it's incredible. So I'm so grateful and thankful to you and to Ken, and of course Brian. We love Brian. For this business opportunity that has definitely led into is the vehicle that's driving us to many more opportunities. So thank you.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And I think that everybody here, especially the BKBCs in the chat, if you're here, drop your black and gold, show who you are, let us know who you are, can relate to having a phenomenal story that has come out of being a part of this brand. And so that's why I love when you guys share them. And I know that the other leaders here also have great stories, and I even have my own, right? So Saquana, I know you also have a question for Suki, but also I would love for you to talk about your relationship with the business and, just stemming off of what Suki spoke about, what opening this up to others meant for you. What did it do for you? What's your bedroom candy? What's your love story for bedroom candy? That's the best.
Yeah, and it's definitely a love story that was surprising. So first, I wanted to what you said also, Cassie, what resonated with me with Suki is that the story she told is I wasn't into toys before I started this business. It was nothing against it; it just wasn't something that I explored. And I was first introduced to the business with my team leader, LaRonda White, leader of Team Rock Candy Divas and Dudes. When she first joined, I'm all about supporting and having a good time. So she was going around the office asking who would like to host a party for her. So I said, why not? I like supporting people and anything to have a reason to get the girls together and have a fun night. So that was almost 10 years ago. And it was a very successful party. I never thought anything about the business opportunity. I was struggling because at that time it was primarily toys. as I would watch LaRonda post on social media all of her accolades, going to convention, I was always very happy for her. But never thought about the business opportunity until she went live with her team leader, Frida Hobbs, the first $1 million team, Team Innovate. And they were really only talking about the business opportunity. Now, I saw how the line expanded into so much. So now we became more of a sexual health and wellness company. And I said, ding, ding, ding. Knowing that we take pride in what you put on and inside of your body, like it was just a no-brainer for me. I signed up the very next day and it was off to the races since then. But I know that I had those same kind of preconceived notions about what people think, because I know what the business is, what it stands for, what I stand for as an individual with educating and empowering people. But when people hear Bedroom Kandi, they automatically think negative things instead of positive things. So my question for Suki is, how did you manage as a woman being in this type of industry? Especially, we never really hear about women bosses in this industry, like as far as the masterminds behind the creative. And then also, how do you manage as a husband and wife team in this industry as well?
Well, as far as like entering the industry, I guess maybe I went into it, I guess, a little blindly. I mean, I was in the tech industry anyway, which is very male dominated industry at the time when I was in that industry. So maybe I was a little used to it. I felt really empowered to step into the industry into this industry because I saw the opportunity here. Like when we first started our business and in making toys, I you went into a shop and you could tell that the people that were designing these products were not vulva owners by any means. And there was just so much potential there to create products that were appealing to people other than basically male men. And I saw that opportunity to create products that were approachable, that were just would make people feel comfortable, picking them off of a shelf, so to speak, um, so I guess I didn't feel that worried about entering the industry. We did, Brian and I actually did do kind of a little, I would say, whiteboard of how it might shake out with the people in our lives, the people that knew us, and how they might feel about it. We did have conversations about that, and it was actually quite surprising because many of the people that we thought would be kind of, not many, I would say just a few people that we thought were going to be slam dunks, like, oh, they're going to be totally cool with this. They were the ones that were feeling a little uncomfortable with it. And the people that we thought, oh, we're going to have to educate them, they're not going to understand, they were the ones that were supportive. So it was kind of interesting at the time, kind of how different people took in what we were doing. But it's funny now to look at it 18 years later, because now I just tell people right off the bat, oh, what do you do? I make pleasure products, I make sexual wellness products. And then immediately the questions start. People are curious, they want to know about it. It's like a totally different ball game. And I like to feel that Bedroom Kandi and the company that we started really played a role in making it such that today people are curious, that we've all played this small role in that, and I say pushing the ball up the hill, right? And so I really feel like we've moved the ball forward on the field, and we have a long way to go, but definitely feel like when you're a part of Bedroom Kandi or a part of what we're doing, that we're being part of history in terms of, I call it kind of the sexual revolution 2.0. is where we are now. So yeah, so that's, I don't know if I answered your question, but you know, I was ready for change and ready to take on something new, and I'm really glad that I did.
That is so
Yes,
awesome.
you did. And I want to thank you for taking that on. And I agree with you. We are definitely changing the narrative. We are doing good work here at Bedroom Kandi. Thank you so much, Suki.
I love that. And I think that's so interesting because something you also said made me think it's the people who you think would be the ones that are prudes about it that are like, oh, really? And then those who you thought might have been your supporters. So that's also a note for anybody in business, right? You can't judge the list. That's the first thing. You never know who is going to feel what way about it. But also something else that you talked about was that you felt really supported kind of going into it. You felt very confident. And I gotta imagine having your husband being the first person to buy your first vibrator. That's gotta feel great. You know what I mean? A lot of times people have a hard time introducing these things to the bedroom. So for it to have happened in reverse is such an interesting thing that I can really appreciate. Kwanda also has a question for you, but Kwanda, can you take us a moment to tell your BK love story? And then share your question that you have for Sophie.
Okay, my BK love story. Is that the love story with me and Saquana? Is that the love story you talking about?
Well, I would say it doesn't have to necessarily be that. It could also be what you
Oh,
fell in love with that you got here, right?
oh,
Whatever it is that you appreciate having being a consultant has brought this into your life.
oh, okay. All right. Well, I thank you so much, Kasia. I have enjoyed listening to Suki and how, her and Kandi got started, and also Saquana talking about, opening up this business, Suki opening up this business, being male dominated, and now, turning it into an exclusive company, where we men, women, everybody, we love. I appreciate that. It's definitely a love story for me. I was introduced by my leader, Saquana Mayfield, who we have over 27 years of friendship. Before we even got started doing this, we were sorority sisters, and she's my big sister who brought me into Delta Sigma Theta sorority. So shout out to all of the sorors, and brought me over here. And I was telling Kasia earlier that it was so wonderful that the first time that we never used any toys either. We keep it hot and spicy in the bedroom, but we did not. I had no introduction to. I was one of them people that would be hiding, like, back in the day when you go into the toy store or something like that, or you be afraid, you like trying to like duck and everything, because it was taboo. You didn't really know it and understand it. And so Bedroom Kandi has definitely opened up and turned the light bulb on for me. One of the first things that when Saquana was selling to me, she or introducing me to the products, she told me, about, I was showing George, and it was the love triangle, right? My baby likes to, try little gadgets and different things like that. And he's definitely a color person. He loves colors and different things like that. Some things that I would never even try, or even think about trying. He likes to see it. Very visual person. And so he had showed me Majestic, right? The purple. And I was like, oh no, and oh my goodness, it ended up actually being a beautiful, beautiful color. And I love all of our candy coated colors. And during pandemic, I was rocking all of the lipstick colors. They had nowhere to go but in my house. But every day I was wearing a different color because I'm that kind of chick, right? So yes, I love Bedroom Kandi. I love Suki, Brian, and Kandi, and I run into a lot of people when I do parties or just, and talking to them when I bring up Bedroom Kandi, because even as Saquana said, they be like, oh, you sell that nasty stuff. I said, I sure do. But let me tell you, I also sell health and wellness stuff, and I break it down to them, and they are really shocked. And even when I first started and I got on this whole, I'm trying to, I'm trying to get everybody to, buy something. I had one person that, hey, she's like, oh no, you don't have anything for me. I said, well, do you wash your butt? We have soap and different things like that. And she was like, really? You have soap? We do. And she ended up buying several things. Once she, you have to open people's eyes up. They don't understand. They don't even know everything that Kandi and Suki and Brian have bought. to the table, and it's expanded so much. And even though they started off with a little bit of things, it's just expanded to a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful business and a brand and things that we can, Anisha has her balloon business, and oh my God, just so wonderful, and Saquanda's doing her thing, with her businesses. And so everybody has been able to take from this one company that Suki and Brian and Kandi saw, and Kandi, wanted to help empower us, right? We're talking about pretty powerful. And we were able to take this and build our own brands with it, and all, and she don't even really want anything in return, but us working the business and showing our gratitude, and really spreading the word about how wonderful the company is the thanks, I believe, that that Kandi would want and would like. And so I'm just grateful for the opportunity and a chance to meet such wonderful, wonderful people, and build on that. And it's bigger than Bedroom Kandi. I'll tell my team all the time, it starts with that's the vehicle, or that's how we met, but it grows so much bigger than that. We laugh, we cry, we support each other, and all of that. And so that leads me into my next question that I have for Suki is, if you had one word of advice for a woman struggling to find herself, what would it be?
Wow, that's a big one. I would tell her, and this is now my older self saying this, because I think I needed to say this to myself when I was young. I would tell them to sit quietly with themselves, block out all the noise, and really listen to your gut. Listen to yourself. Really just block out what you think you should do, what others think you should do, and just sit and believe in yourself and find in your gut what you think you should be doing.
Yeah, I love that. I love that, Suki. And it actually just draws into, something that I believe for myself, and it's courage, right? I believe that courage is a great word for this business, for this opportunity, because courage is essential. It empowers you, it lets you face your fears. I mean, don't we do that? We embrace change. We have had some change. We embrace the change, and we take bold steps and toward discovering who we are. Before Bedroom Kandi, we knew nothing about toys. Now it's opened our eyes up to so many, and we're able to teach. A lot of us are pleasure, teachers, and getting, going through school and learning about your sexuality and your body and different things like that, or whatever. And so I believe it breaks our limitations, right? And allows us to pursue our passions and aspirations, despite any uncertainty and setbacks. And we don't let anybody, it's next, whatever. They say no, it may be no today, it may be not, not right now, whatever, but they will come back to you. You have to be committed, and you have to have courage, right? And you cannot be fearful in this business, because rather, than the ability, you have to just step out in spite of, and step outside your comfort zone. A lot of times I've had to do that. You got to be vulnerable, but you got to trust yourself and the products behind it, because like Squana said, we care about what you put on and inside your body. And I believe that if you have courage, then that will allow you, in consistency, that would allow you to be very successful in whatever that you aspire to, especially in this business. So,
and I'll say this, guys. I'm gonna share. I hope this audio plays at the right timing, because I tried to pause it right when I could. But last year, the Peach Social episode that came on the Housewives, there was a statement that Kandi made, and I want to play it really quick. For everyone to listen to really quick. There's positive fears because I'm sorry. So I'll read it. She said, I definitely feel like I'm a sex positive pioneer, because 10 years ago, when we first started Bedroom Kandi, it was kind of taboo for Black women to talk about having a sex toy. I am responsible for hundreds of thousands of orgasms in America, and I'm very pleased to say so. We found out that it might actually, it's more like millions. She might have undersold herself with only a couple 100,000, because we did the math, right, on about how many orgasms might have come out of, based on how many toys we sold. And if a person happened to have an orgasm at least once a month, what the number was there. And we can testify that that number still is probably undersold. Okay. But what I loved about that, and I think everybody remembered her on the show being that person who people would always be with the sex advice and stuff like that. But what I love the most about this business is, I'll tell you guys, you will find and discover yourself. And not just if you come in as a consultant, just getting the products or having a relationship with a consultant, having a party, having an event, any interaction you have with this brand, you're going to find that it shifts something for you. Okay. So, and before we phase into showing you guys some of the amazing things that we want to show you, I'll close with this because I know Suki's very busy and we got to let her get back to what she got to get to, so that we can keep
Her orgasms.
yeah, so we can keep the orgasms coming, right? So what I want to say is, like Anisha shared, I was on her team once, right? And it's so interesting how these things end up marrying, because I too came from another company, the same company that she was with, and experienced the same thing that happened. But I didn't know Anisha Robinson at all at that time. Looking at Bedroom Kandi, I loved what I saw it stood for. I searched Bedroom Kandi on Google and on hashtags, and I will always see these vivid pictures of everybody just really looking happy. I don't know how to describe it, but you could tell there was a genuine appreciation for each other within the community. Because I was thinking I'm going to search it and I'm going to be seeing toys left and right, but I was seeing people in colors and that, and I was like, oh, okay, so maybe a little party over there. But just telling you guys, you really never know what walk of life you might come from. Suki left the tech industry and came into this industry. For me, I was in politics, believe it or not, right? You know, used to clean up the scandals. Now I might be responsible for right. But the reality of it is, I'm grateful for Bedroom Kandi as well. I mean, for me at the time, I was a mom for the first time, right? You talked about being at home. I was also at home, but working in as a consultant in politics. And then my child got a diagnosis, something I could have never expected, right? Nothing I didn't prepare for. I read all the books, I did all the nesting, and then I didn't expect autism. So what this industry created was a pathway for me to go and generate an income to support my household, while during the week I could be at home with my child. It was like dildos on Fridays and Saturdays, and then homework and Monday through this. So I just want you guys to open your mind to that, because I'm grateful to even be now a part of the corporate team at Bedroom Kandi, because I'm somebody who came from the field, like the ladies on this stage. And it just goes to show you never really know where you're gonna end up. I'm sure nobody on this line, when it was 5, raised their hand and said, I want to be a consultant who sells sex toys when they were growing up, right? Like, you picked all these other professions. And I never would have picked this industry. I never would have said sexologist. I never would have said those things. But because of what you guys created, Suki, you opened up the opportunities. Like, you opened up people's minds, and you're expanding how they look at it. Not to say I was ever a prude, because that was never the case. But ultimately, that was that. And I also have to give it up to Anisha, because it was her who made me want to become a leader, right? I didn't, and the industry was just like, you get in there, you make your money, and you go about your business. And then I had this phenomenal person who took time out of their life to help me grow. And that's what this culture and this community represents. And that's why this event comes full circle, right? It only makes sense that we find ways to do that with every single person who dials into what we got going on over here. And so really, 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 really love the natural, strong relationships, partnerships, and unity that I have received from this community, and that I hope that this community feels they receive from me. And Suki, I just want to thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, for having faith, for stepping out, for being courageous, for giving me a job. I mean, you know, list goes on, right? Guys, I literally said to myself one day, when you think about whether you did something great, I don't know, no matter whatever else I accomplish in this world, I'll get to say that a part of my job was telling my boss about my last orgasm. And you know what? I I'll tell you how I felt about that toy, Suki. I think it's a winner.
Hey,
So you
hey.
know what? I'm gonna celebrate all of the victory. I think that is pretty damn powerful in its own. So thank you, Suki. We'll let you go and get back
Thank you,
to everything.
Suki.
We thank you so
Yeah.
much. Everybody,
Thank
give it
you,
up for
everyone. I'm
Yay.
so glad I was
Thank
able
you.
to be here tonight and
Yes.
have a wonderful rest of this pretty powerful event
Thank
because
you.
you
Brian, I
all,
love
everybody
Suki.
here is powerful. And if you're not feeling it, find it. And
That's
if you're
right.
not finding it, find a BK friend to help you find it.
I like that.
Right. Create the life you desire. Get that
Yes. Give
orgasm.
Brian I love.
Bye,
Yeah.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
My God. So we are going into the next phase of tonight, which I'm excited for because I think we all have expressed we have an undying love for this brand. Now, I'll set the tone, guys. It's hard to not come across so excited about so much because we have really a lot of great stuff. But I think that a lot of us have some BK products that are our faves. I think a lot of us have some products that we don't necessarily care for, but I always find that what I might not love or what might not make this girl jump and flinch might make the next girl jump and flinch. And the same for the guys, right? So we're going to go through this conversation with you guys, but we're going to do it in an affirmative way, right? So the first segment for tonight is I am natural. If you can relate to the natural one, I want you to give it up in the chat row. Okay, where my naturalistas come on and come in. And I'm going to just screen share for a moment in the beginning, and then I'll take this off screen so that you can see the beautiful faces of our candy coated queens on stage. So, with I am natural, this particular segment is named specifically behind the fact that here at Bedroom Candy, we have a collection that we call the BK Wellness Collection. What you're going to discover by the end of this is that there's a lot of stuff at Bedroom Candy that a lot of people had no idea was even a thing, right? But this particular collection is not something that is gender specific. It is something that is unisex that any person can enjoy. But what the real, I like to call this the problem solving collection, right? This collection, if you got a certain type of specific intimate challenge or something that might be dealing with, whether it's pH or getting kind of irritated from some of the products you're using, whether it's your skin complexion you want to be better, whether it's maintaining and you do a lot of heavy stuff in your day, you want to make sure that odor stays fresh, whatever it is you can think of. You just had a baby, right? It's hot in the summertime and you don't want your titties sweating, right? Whatever it is, we got solutions up in this collection right here, and that's what I love most about it. But you'll see that our natural is something that is, we have natural shower routine items. We have natural items to help you brighten and even up that skin pigmentation. Natural products to help you get fresh and fabulous. Natural products that will also have you feeling rejuvenated. And natural products that will also give you comfort in all of the right places. So I want to ask the lovely, amazing women on stage here if they could tell me what is their favorite, I absolutely cannot do without product in this collection, which would you choose? And I'm going to start. I'll start I'll shuffle up the order. Saquana, can you share what your absolute natural, I am natural product that you can't do without is?
I tell you, it's hard. It's hard. I'm going to go with fresh in this collect. Now I use almost everything in that collection, but I'm going to make a choice and say fresh, because I love the fact that it's travel size. So if I have to, ladies, you need your little spend the night bag, you about to catch a quick flight and you need to make sure you're good. You can go because it's just 2 ounces. Another thing that I recently did a party, and so I talk about that. And one of the customers, she travels a lot for business, and she said, I need that because she went somewhere and the water went brown, so they had to turn the water off, fix it, turn it back on, but it was still brown. And she said, I wasn't washing with that, so I was stuck. She said, I wasn't putting that on my intimate area. So she said, give me that fresh, or I'm never going to let that happen to me again. So this is how we are problem solvers and don't even really understand some problems we never thought about. But that's also really great. It's springtime, summertime. You have on, your clothes, but may not be able to get home to take an actual shower, just put a little fresh on. And I have it. I have it with me. Put a little fresh. It's a foaming wash on a paper towel, honey. All you gotta do, go up under your arms, intimate areas. You are ready to go. It's not sticky or anything like that. And it's made by a bedroom candy consultant. Shout out to Angela.
Shout out to Angela Solomon. So first of all, that was a great pick. And I love that we shouted Angela out because I mean, we keep talking about collaboration. We keep talking about women supporting women. And how awesome is it that one of our consultants has a business that they started making and creating natural products that we now sell nationwide through Bedroom Candy. So can we give it up for that? Shout out to Angela, shout out to Sunshine Creation, shout out to everything over there. And also to, like we said, Suki, Kandi, those who decided to help this woman grow in this way. So we're grateful for it. Fresh is a good choice, Saquana. And I don't know why. I really felt like that was what you was gonna choose. I don't know why. I think it was a couple times we talked, and it was the one product that no matter what we talk about, Saquana gonna get that in there. So I was like, it's probably gonna be fresh. Okay. Anisha, what is your go-to wellness I am natural must-have?
So you probably already know because we good Judy's. But it's the hotcakes. I cannot go not one day. I'm talking about not one day. Okay. So hotcakes is at my house. Sugar daddy is at my man's house. So it's either sugar daddy or hotcakes. And the reason why I love it, one, because it's all natural. So I just draw to it immediately just because it's all natural. But two, of course, because it reduces that bacteria that sits on the outside, right? That one that sweats and gathers that funk a little bit. So I put it under, I try to do this whole natural thing, right? So I haven't had a perm in like 30 years or something. Maybe I'm lying, maybe 20 years. 30 would put me so young, but maybe about 20 years. So I put it under my arms for deodorant. I put it at the bottom of my feet. And of course, I put a dab in the palm of my hand, rub my hands together after I get out of the shower every single day faithfully. And I massage my vulva area, my backside. I got a small itty bitty little fupa area right there. It's very, very small, y'all. And I put it up under there too, right? Because it reduces that funky sweat that creates right there sometimes, and the yeast that appears on the outside and the bacteria that appears on the outside. So I can't go a day without hotcakes. I promise you. I'm not lying. At my parties, I always say it's that product that, you know how you go in the bathroom behind somebody sometimes and you be like, what the hell was that crawled up in them? They either need cakes or they need a prescription, one of the two, okay? But I can help you with the hotcakes. So
that is hilarious.
And I be wanting to tell them, Anisha. I be wanting to tell them. So
yeah.
bad.
Oh my goodness. I'm talking, I do it at the party sometimes. I'm like, what the hell just went in the bathroom? What the hell was that? But
So
yeah.
I gotta say, Adisha, I'm happy you mentioned Sugar Daddy also. I'm dropping in the chat roll for you guys. And obviously, if you have a Bedroom Candy consultant, you need to be giving this straight over to them. Or if you order online, make sure you use their consultant ID at checkout. Right. Y'all gonna get tired of me saying that, but shop with your consultants. But I'm dropping it in the chat because we actually have a promotion this month that is going to be ending very soon. We might carry it on depending on, we'll see. But we have a buy one, try one sale where you can actually purchase hotcakes and get Sugar Daddy with and the set is discounted 25%. So you actually get one for yourself. You can also use Sugar Daddy yourself, or you can share it with your partner, right? And introduce them to a little bit of some different type of intimate care in those areas. So yeah, I knew hotcakes was gonna be it because she always got it on her. I'm like at convention, I'm like, girl, I ain't got my hotcakes. You got yours?
But listen, not only that, remember we did the dungeon?
Yeah.
In that fanny pack, man. Cash, and let me tell you something about that fanny pack of Cashes, okay? It is full of Bedroom Candy products. You don't be surprised if you see like Get in Touch in there, like Candy Kisses in there, something like that. But that baby, she got fresh in there, Saquana. She gonna have some hot cake. We was in the dressing room and she was like, oh, I got this hot cakes in here. I got this.
Because girl, let me tell you, somebody said to me, is that a magical pack? because no matter how much you pull out, it's still room. You just keep backing stuff.
You have let's make a deal for bedroom candy.
Don't make me go get my fanny back, y'all. Y'all gonna be mad at me. We're gonna be mad at me. And everybody would just be looking at me like, what is the depth on that thing or whatever? Because of some of our stuff is just so fanny pack friendly. And I am a big fan of fanny pack friendly size things. So you are right. You see that Candy Kiss, this is perfect for that fanny pack. But my fanny pack can hold a queen as well. So you said spend a night bag, right? For me, it's more like a spend a night pack, right? Like I just everything could fit in this one little bag. And it also is perfect for travel. Because when I'm going through the airport and stuff like that, I know everything in there is the size it needs to be. I just put it on the belt and I enjoy looking at their faces when they see what's in my bags. So that is hilarious. So hotcakes and sugar daddy is probably one of our number one. It's up there. It's up there on the chart when it comes to bath and body products. We absolutely can't run out. If hot cakes was ever out of stock, we probably have an angry mob of people sending contact forms and saying, "What in the hell?" So get it. One of those products now. Wanda, what is your natural must-have?
Anisha stole it.
Tell me. Is she? Well,
I
I'm
was
not mad at
actually
that. Testimony.
okay. So I was actually going to say sugar daddy, right? Because, and it's funny because me and my husband fight over it, but sugar daddy has so many great ways that you can use it. I'm presently, so I'm gonna go with my favorite right now is balance. I'm gonna go with that because sugar daddy's great too. I love the fact that balance, the bar would have, it's antifungal, antibacterial, properties, can clean your face, pH balance, so right now I'm trying to get rid of, some black spots and different things on my face, and I think it's working really good. And so I've been using that every day on different areas or whatever, and then I would follow it up with the sugar daddy, and I've been using the sugar daddy on my face as an oil because of the antibacterial and antifungal things or whatever, just trying to kill any germs or anything that that we encounter on a daily basis. And I love the fact, but I also, I could put it under here, put it under the fupa, and put it on the the private, the vulva, and in between the back of the crack. And I love that you can do all of those things. And then I'm even putting it on my feet, because sometimes when you're wearing stockings and you're sweating and different things like that, so it's a head to toe situation that I love. And you smell like some fresh pound cake. Okay, everybody, when you take them socks or them stockings off or whatever, your feet funky, but not mine. My feet is fresh. My feet smell like some lemon pound cake. So hey, get you some sugar daddy or whatever, but no, balance. I love it. I love the fact that it's a natural product because I am natural. So that's my go-to.
Oh, that's so good. So, okay. So I'm happy you said balance because I was like hoping that balance got some love because it was in my tug of war. It's right in the mix. Because I actually have a Google Doc that I even share with all of my followers. It's like my skincare must-haves that keeps me glowy. Now, I do have to make this disclaimer statement for my fellow yellow sisters out there. I know some of us don't think we need moisturizer because we don't be looking ashy all the time. But there will come a day where you will discover what it will be like if you ever showed it. Because to see ash on this color, that's a terrible thing, right? That's a different type of ashy, right? And one day I had that kind of ashy. I took my sock off and you thought the sock was still on. That's how white the feet was looking. So I'll tell you this. But when I think if I had to battle the tug of wars of the natural products, I'm gonna have to go with Illuminate. This product is emotional, right? When I think about Illuminate Me, I am emotional. And the reason why I say that is because when I started using Illuminate Me, it was the first year that I started at Beverly Candy, 2018. And just buying the products so that little by little I became acquainted with them myself. But I didn't want to just go for the stuff that everybody was hype about. I was like, let me see what else is going on here. At the same time, guys, that year that I joined Beverly Candy, just 3 months prior, I had weight loss surgery. So I was losing weight significantly and I was getting back to myself and being proud of that. But along with that weight loss journey came a couple of other problems that would mess with my confidence at the time. One of those was remembering the fact that I was a thick sister who was chafing in the thighs a lot, right? And discoloration became a problem. Also had my surgical scars that I would see that was just like a constant reminder of the procedure. So for me, Illuminate Me became the product that I first committed to consistently because I saw what it did. Nobody was talking about it. I was like, well, I got a discount on it. Might as well see what it's about. And after a couple of months, I saw a drastic difference in what it did for my skin. Everybody has different results, but that inner thigh area started to lighten and lighten. It wasn't this black pit hole. I was a light-skinned sister here, and I was darker than Anisha there, and I didn't know what complexion to tell people what I was. So that illuminated me. So I'll tell you the second time it came in clutch though was after you get that rare view of it. I'm gonna say it low. When you see your butt crack for the first time and you didn't realize it was that color. Well, I was I was at a nice little hotel that had all these mirrors, and I would never forget thinking I was sexy as all hell. I'm getting it in. I'm looking back at that mirror, and then I saw the view, and I was like, "Oh, the deception! Why didn't you tell me it looked like that?" So after I had that experience, I started to use Illuminate Me in that area. This product is designed for your intimate areas. So the bikini line, where you get the shave bumps and stuff like that. The inner thighs can be used from under the breasts, right? Because sometimes if you're top heavy, you get dark under there, under your arms and the crack. Those intimate areas that you just don't love seeing dark. So Illuminate Me is my I Am Natural must-have, and it's always nearby. If you go in my bathroom, there's 3 bottles in there. You're gonna probably ask me how can I go through so much of it that quick, but I'm twice a day. And it's one of those products that I don't ever stop using. It's really great as a primer when you're putting on makeup. And this is not something that's going to bleach your skin. There's no bleach in it, guys. It just it evens your complexion to what your natural tone is. So it won't ever make you lighter than you actually are. It just helps all of your skin evenly become that color. Does that makes sense, right? So I want you guys to think about that. Somebody said, she's the only one that notices. No, I'm not. I'm not the only person. The person behind me is definitely noticing, y'all. They see
You
it.
don't care about that color.
No. And listen, I got a little bit of derriere back there. So after you move it out the way, then it's like, oh, she brown skin. So
A lot of those entertainers, be worried about that part too. So
right. They over there with plugs and things, bougies and the cracks, and the next thing so it matters. But I also think it's a confidence thing. You go to the beach or whatever the case is in the summertime, that bikini line, that area that you're gonna be seen in, you want it to feel good. So I'll tell you guys, the spring is here. It's about to be that season. You need to get it now because this is something you want to be using for like 2 months so that by time the season to put on the bathing suits is here, you're already starting to see the results. So, yeah, that's not the crack. That crack, that whack. This crack is whack. That crack was whack. It ain't no more. But that's mine. So, okay, we're gonna go forward, and I think we could probably fight over a lot of these. My actual shuffle or tug of war, and my favorite choice was Rejuvenate Me, which between that and Rejuvenate Me, I have eczema. Also, I've dealt with that all my life, but it's something that you really would never know anymore. And Rejuvenate Me is that medicine cabinet and a bottle that you keep in your fanny pack too. So that just got to throw Rejuvenate Me. I mean, we got to give some love to the veteran natural.
listen, that tea tree oil. So shameless plug. My big toenail is dead, right? So I use Rejuvenate Me every night on my toenail, and it has helped my toenail grow back. I think it's the tea tree oil in there that is helping my toenail grow back. So Rejuvenate Me has a lot of benefits in it.
It's great for a bug bite, a cut, just for your natural when you're doing your facial regular skincare routines. It's good for if you get a pimple, because there's a lot of properties in there that's healing. But for the areas that need a little bit of extra moisture, now I'll say this. This is something from a while ago. We don't associate our products with children, right? Obviously, because of the nature of what we have. But I'll be honest, I used a little, like, just during the pandemic, not able to get to a CVS, not able to get to anything else. And my kid had a rash on their neck. And I just did a couple drops on the back of it just to see, like, all right, this is in my medicine cabinet. I got it. And in 8 hours, the reddening and the stuff from the rash was gone. 8 hours. So I tell you, and I felt comfortable doing it because I knew that it was a natural product that didn't have any ingredients that would be harmful for him. So when it came in clutch, you know. So just it's one of those products that you use regularly, and then out of nowhere, I think Frida shared a picture on one of our leaders that we mentioned earlier of her going and having all these bug bites down her back once, and then showing the before and after of using Rejuvenate Me on it, and then later seeing all of that inflammation and reddening go down. So can't go wrong. Now, our next sector is I am nourished. Now, in this section right here, I'm going to ask my leaders on stage, because I know a lot of these people are lovers of our next collection we're going to be going into, but I'm going to show you guys on screen why these two are getting a little bit of their own feature, right? And so I am nourished. Quite frankly, this section is named directly after one of our products called Nourish. Now, this product used to be called Whipped, right? And for those of us who like whip and chains, we might still call it whip. But but is renamed Nourish because quite frankly, that's what the property of this product will do. I will tell you this. This is something that's kind of got a creamy consistency, and something we learned from the maker of the product is that the more you rub this in to the skin, the softer your skin will get. And so I found you can actually turn this into a kinky product if you like me. Just say, baby, keep rubbing it. Just keep rubbing it until I feel softer. But there's that and the moisturizing body oil spray. So, ladies, if you had to pick one of these two products on stage right now to be your choice of moisturizer, which of the two would you go with? Would it be the moisturizing body oil or Nourish? And I'll start with you, Kwanda.
I picked the oil, and I love the fact that it can spray. You know, I was at a party, and when the lady was like, "Does it come with a little, spray bottle?" Because sometimes oil can get a little messy, and if you dump it out, you've been to dumped all your product or knock it over. I'd be like, "Oh my God, I've done that with hotcakes and almost had a fit." I'm like, put that top tight on on that product, because you knock it over and all of the oil is all over the place, and you didn't wasted $28. So I'm back to the oil. I love the oil. I love the fact that I can spray it on after a shower, and Allen Escape is my favorite. But I love that we can like layer our products, different things like that. So yeah, that's my favorite.
You're on mute.
You muted,
Kasha.
Forgive me. Anisha, which is your choice of the two?
So I'll go with Nourish. And Nourish because everybody knows that if you know me, you know my team name first. And then you also know that I love hotcakes and I love butter me up. But Nourish Whipped is the consistency of it isn't oily based. It's more of a if you like a lotion, then it reminds you of more of the moisturizing whipped cream, and it feels really good going on. So I really like Nourish. I love the fragrances that we have, and I love that consistency. I love that the whipped consistency that it has.
Okay, those are good reasons. Okay, and what was I going to say?
I have it to show. Because this is my thing. I love Nourish. So look at this. Look how it looked like it is. So this is what I use daily. I know I sell Butter Me Up. We're gonna talk about that next, like gangbusters, because it's definitely very moisturizing and all that jazz. But once I also demo this, it's really about a preference, right? Because some people prefer more of a whipped butter than more of a cocoa butter type of consistency. So I would be the one, like before I did Bedroom Kandi, my skin was moisturized, but it wasn't soft. So when you said that, Cash, I'm like, so 1001 Nights is my jam. I saw somebody else put that in the chat. That's what I use. It stays at my bedside every time I get in a shower. And I touch my own self, and they're like, "Oh, my skin, the feel of my arms feels so good." And I just love the way that
Okay,
1001
pretty
Nights.
little self-pleasure going on in here. Okay.
Listen.
About the soft products, nonetheless. Okay. Keep that
Absolutely.
noted.
That's where it is, right? That's how you start feeling sexy, when you know that you feel good, you look good. That starts a whole process. So if anyone has not tried Nourish yet, I suggest that you get yourself a jar.
Okay. Now, I would show y'all mine on screen like Zaquan is doing, but the thing is, I thought, it stays in my bathroom. It just don't leave. So it's one of those products for me. So I will tell you, my first love used to be Nourish, when it was whipped. And that was when the fragrance was called Guava Lava, not Tropical Guava, because we renamed the fragrance, and I was that Guava Lava that was it, and I definitely could if you actually get close enough to it, nourishing, and you can see the beads of moisture in it. It's a very silky sort of consistency on top of the whip, sort of consistency of it. So it used to be, but moisturizing body oil lives in my top 5. Okay, it lives in my top 5. And the reason, so it's 2 reasons that I say that. I used to be an adamant lover of Avon Skin So Soft, the oil. And when we got an oil that I could use like Skin So Soft, I had to kick a very long time love to the curb. We had to get a divorce. Just what it is. It didn't make no sense to be spending money somewhere else when this is a product I carry. But I thought that I was just getting a regular trade-in. No, I fell in love with that body oil. And the reason being is I'm a busy woman. I'm a super busy woman, got 3 businesses, I'm regular job, a special needs child, right now a toddler, you know what I mean? Like a lot going on all the time. And I don't always have time to give myself the NDRE treatment. Now, those of y'all who are confused about what that treatment is, that is the I am ready for love. We just be in there,
That's the Quana treatment, what you're doing.
right?
That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
Saquana do. Mm-hmm.
Mhm. And don't get me wrong, now I do, but at that time, I was really finding a hard time to fit in my self-care routines and have those 30-40 minute moisturize your body schedule. I had no damn 45 minutes. I barely had 5 minutes to wash. So when I saw that this was something I could spray on and use in the shower, so it was like a solution to me to keep moisture in my skin on a daily basis, right? To wash, put this oil on, pat dry, and already be moisturized was a huge thing. Now, the product that experience got upgraded with, that is this tag team partner we're going to talk about in the next segment, but moisturizing body oil wins. Now, I'll tell you, Nourish is actually in Kandi's top 3 for body products. Nourish is one of her favorites. She talked about how during the pandemic, when she wasn't able to go and get a pedicure or any of those types of things, how she used to just rub the Nourish on her heels every single day, and it kept her heels soft and together. We're proud to say that we now have a collection in our Foot Fetish collection of products that are specifically designed for the feet. But before we had Foot Fetish, Nourish was her go-to for keeping her heels nice and smooth and creamy. So, okay, interessante. Interesting. So was that like an even split? Wait, you picked Nourish, Quantity, you picked the body oil. Oh, that
Yeah.
was an even split. Okay, a 50-50, a 50-50. All right, guys. So I'll drop info on those in chat in a moment, but I'm gonna keep us moving, right, to make sure that we keep our time this evening. And the next section is I Am a Beautiful Sister. Now, before I share on screen this one, give you a little bit of history. And ladies, I would want to ask you to share your favorite product. I also would love if you could talk about what it means to you to have a collection like this. Um, our Beautiful Sister collection, right, is called the Given Tree, very intentionally, and it's giving, right? And isn't that funny that we say that nowadays? It's giving this, it's giving that, it's giving beautiful sister. So this is a product line that actually, when it first started, it had its shea butters only sourced in Ghana. So there was women collectives in Ghana who would source shea butter for their villages, and then they would use that as a business. They would sell the shea butters, and that was how they would support their families. Well, what we ended up doing through partnership of our former president is form a partnership with those women who were manufacturing the shea butter at the time to create this product. So the shea butters in this collection are directly sourced. We're directly sourced in Ghana. Now we're sourcing our shea butters in Ghana and Burkina Faso, and always looking for places to collaborate. But by being able to support these women's collectives, we're actually growing entrepreneurs internationally. And a percentage of these products, because we're sourcing the shea butters from them, benefits their villages. So this product collection is a little bit more deeper than just something you're putting on your skin. You know that if you're using one of these products, that every single time you do it, you're supporting a family, you're supporting another woman who's out there trying to build up her business and support them, but also directly the supplies and things to help those villages from the areas that they're sourced. So I'm going to screen share, right, what this is. And I'll ask each lady to tell us which beautiful sister collection item is, if you had to pick one. So I know it's going to be hard, first of all. I'm going to acknowledge the difficulty. We've got a few of them, and we've given you some steps. You want to start off with the product that's going to lead to get you clean, and you might go to something that's going to add some moisture. But we have a couple of items here in this selection. So if you had to pick one of these 5 that you absolutely can't do without, which would it be, and what fragrance would it be in? That's another thing that I'd like you to add. What fragrance would it be in? I'm going to start. I think I started with Kwanda last time, and I think I started with Saquana the first time, so I'll start with Anisha this time.
Oh man. So
time to think.
one that I have to do without or do with? Which one did you?
That you can't do without.
Oh, I cannot do without Butter Me Up. I cannot. So I sell all well, okay. I don't sell the small ones, right? I just don't. But I sell Grateful, Timeless Grace, and I'll Enjoy Butter Me Up. And I literally have all 3 of them on my nightstand. I love all 3 of them. Butter Me Up is my favorite because it's all natural, and like you said, it's in it has shea butter, and I always describe it as it has natural oils, and the shea butter is what holds the natural oils together. My hair is natural, and I have psoriasis around my edges and in my ears, so I'm able to use Butter Me Up in my scalp, and also a little bit on my ears for my psoriasis. So I use it all over naturally because it's a all natural body butter. And then it also, oh my goodness, hold on, wait a minute, let me get my life together. It also I don't like lotions, so I feel like you go back and scratch and it's ash. With lotions, you go scratch and it's ash like 5 minutes later. With the body butter, it actually penetrates into your skin to lock that moisture in. So I love my body butters. I love them. It's one of my hotcakes.
Okay.
And Butter Me Up is it for me.
Butter me up, butter me up. I had a feeling it was gonna go that way with you. I think we might have even discovered back that we had another fragrance before that used to be called Earthly Bliss, which I'm not gonna lie, I actually miss Earthly Bliss.
So I didn't do Earthly Bliss because I'm a fragrance girl, and Earthly Bliss was so subtle, it didn't have enough fragrance to me. But yeah, I used to sell a lot of Earthly Bliss too, but for the people that didn't like the bold fragrances.
The bold stuff, yeah. So it's like so interesting to see what comes, and now we have at least 3 fragrances. These timeless grace, Grateful, and I'll Enjoy. So it's nice to see that we were able to expand the fragrance collection here, and always kind of keep what people are really happy to see. I'm dropping in the chat just really quick, guys, so you know we do have an I Am Grateful set, and that includes the butter that Anisha just talked about, but also a small pocket version like you guys saw me hold up earlier like this. So I'm going to drop that in the chat because it is 20% off right now, and you can get the both of them for less than the price of one of them. So, I mean,
that little one,
why
the
wouldn't you,
one
right?
she just showed, that's what Kasha has in her fanny pack. That fanny pack that keeps on giving and giving and giving. She'll have that in there too.
All right here. Grateful is the fragrance of this period right now. Whenever I rotate between the fragrances for the little pocket bombs, because you never know. And you ever been in the ladies' room and somebody, they wash their hands or whatever, and that woman said, "Oh, my hands are so dry," and I reached right in that fanny pack and I said, as she rubbed it on her hands, and she was just like, "Oh my God, what is this cute little older Jewish woman?" But you never know. So, okay. All right, all right, all right. Let's shuffle it up real quick. Quanda, what is your must
Yeah.
have
Okay,
from the
so
Beautiful Sister
grateful
collection?
is the fragrance of the season, right? It's new, it's fresh, and everything like that. So I was gifting those to friends and different things like that. And those Christian friends that be like, I don't like bedroom candy, and then you give them a nice little bath and body gift, and they be like, ooh, I like bedroom candy. This is my favorite. So it's a method behind the madness. So grateful is the one, but my little pocket bomb is the go-to. It goes with me everywhere. And I love it because you every now and then you see them you wash your hands so much and you see them little cracks and crevices and everything like that. And I love that that's a go-to and you be smelling good. You wash your hands and people like, oh, what you wearing? I'll be like, oh, that's my little pocket bomb. You want to buy one? I love the little musk and the fig the fragrance of grateful, and so that would be my favorite product right now. Of course I wash sometime with the grateful body wash and different things like that, but what stays on me and in my pocket and travel safe, and like you said, the fanny pack and my little pack I take every day got several things, including erotic notes, because I want to always have erotic notes with me because I be putting it here when I go in for them
Quanda, stay
hugs.
on. Quanda, Quanda,
I
Quanda,
know, but when I go
Quanda,
in for them
don't,
hugs, I'll be like,
Quanda, don't
yeah,
skip ahead now, Quanda. Quanda, great, say grateful, grateful.
okay. So
Quanda,
I'm
goddamn
grateful. I'm
it.
grateful for the products.
That's what happens when you bring people that got the kinky lives at home. They just can't help but sneaking on
All right,
and
I'm getting
shit.
off. I'm
She
grateful.
was.
I'm grateful for the products.
I sort of look at her face. She said, and because I just gotta have my. I said, wait a minute now, Quanda.
They going for that hug and it be right here.
It's
You gotta hit you right here, y'all. Oh yeah.
don't skip. It got its own section. Quanda, don't
Okay.
skip.
All right, I'm
But we
sorry.
know what her answer's gonna
I
be.
own everything. I have everything in that pamphlet I own. It's on my dresser.
Well, touche. I ain't gonna lie. Everywhere you look, so I give you that. Okay, okay. Saquana, don't laugh, y'all. I'm sorry.
Well, we know who's a
Saquana, what
product
is
of the
your
products
beautiful?
for sure.
Y'all cutting up on here.
My word. So my favorite in that collection is velvet. Like, you have dry cracked heels. You can't get that pedicure done. So again, before we had foot fetish, that velvet sugar scrub was the go-to to keep those feet good. And because it's a very moisturizing sugar, like you don't even need to go behind and put any lotion. So I would take it with me to go get my pedicures done, because sometimes you go to the nail salon, they don't use the best products. They don't care what you put on it inside your body. They just using something on your feet, and you're like, okay, my nails look nice, but why my feet still looking dry? Right? So take your own velvet with you and tell them you don't need to do those big scoops like you do with your cheap stuff. A little bit goes a very long way. It smells absolutely amazing. Now, I love all of the scents, honestly. But Island Joy is my favorite. But I'll do Timeless Grace. I do love Grateful. And I do love Blooming Cherry Butter Me Up. I do love that. So I'll use that. And that's a smaller size. So I'll take that one to go with me in my little pocketbook. So it's definitely some difficult choices that you putting us on the spot here, Kasha, because we love everything.
I'm sorry. And guys, it's hard to say because I feel like sometimes when we talk about products, they're like, yeah, I can't be that damn excited about everything. And I'm like, but we are. I actually I'm gonna answer the question, but I'm gonna drop a link in the chat for anybody who's not seen this video. And I'm not plugging this in because it's my toes, but they talked about it for your feet in the foot fetish collection. I'm just dropping that for later on our Beverly Candy page. You'll see the power of the foot fetish and velvet come together in that specific video. I personally could answer this question, but I already have in a different way. And so instead of me telling you, I'd rather show you the power in this collection. I think everybody, if I probably said it right now in the community, a bunch of people in the chat room could probably guess it. I'm curious. BKBCs, what do y'all think is my favorite Beautiful Sister collection item? Let me see if they get it right. Lady D says velvet. Says velvet. Says velvet. I say velvet. Well, at least you know I ain't no damn liar. So this is a 6-second video. This is me talking about my favorite beef product in this collection, and it is velvet.
Stopper right here is one of those products that I can show you better than I can tell you. Now that collection. Now this gentle body scrub is made with organic sugar for luxurious moisturizing treatment of the body. I did say that I could show you better than I could tell you. Here's about it is thick, so you don't really need too much. Now with 17th on the way, I love the shea butters in this product. They're actually sourced in. What better way to celebrate than by supporting collectives of women who are taking the path of entrepreneurship and generating income for their villages as well as supplies. Now at this point, I've exfoliated, I've rinsed, and baby, look at it. I want some brown sugar, sugar. Oh, because that's what it is, baby. The skin is silky. But I also use it on my
bottom line, y'all. I ain't gotta tell y'all nothing. That's my baby right there. Okay. If my house is on fire, I might actually stop at the bathroom on the way out to make sure I got at least one jar of velvet with me on the way out the door. But velvet is my favorite, and it's not just it's for so many reasons. It is literally my number one when it comes to bath and body products at Beverly Candy. It takes the number one spot of all of my favorite items because, like I said, I have eczema. Like I said, I don't always have time or whatever the case is, but it has an emotional attachment to velvet. Also for me, this is a product that I remember I was pregnant alongside my sister. We were pregnant together, and every month we would take a different body care product to try and use together. It was this little really cool bonding thing that we had during what was a really interesting time, or whatever the case is, being two pregnant hags, or whatever the case is, who, you know, was feet was tired, everything was tired, or whatever the case is. And so at one point we actually, because we couldn't reach our feet, we velvet scrubbed each other's feet with it, and it was such like a bonding moment. But velvet is hands down one of my favorites. I think it's one of the most moisture rich items we have at Beverly Candy. It is something that you can use in the shower, that you can rinse off, and you will see your skin in a way that you have just not seen your skin glow in a long time. I love that even when you pat dry, whether it's summertime, wintertime, there's never a time that it feels thick on my skin or like making me hot. But I shared with the ladies earlier when it came to like applying lipstick, I use it on my face scrub, but also as a sugar scrub for my lips, because it's made of organic sugar. So you might even get a little sugar crystal in your mouth and be like, oh, they was not lying. That's real sugar. So it actually helps your lipsticks go on a lot smoother. If anybody can do it, velvet can, is all I can say. Anybody can do it. So velvet is my baby. Now, I also am going to share with you guys in the chat. We have velvet and a gift set as well in the I Am a Beautiful Sister gift set. And you know what? This is I knew this was a good gift set, but as I'm looking at it more, I'm like, damn, this is a really great gift set, because this gift set contains the Rejuvenate Me we talked about earlier. It also contains the balance soap that we talked about. So this is something that you can wash, exfoliate, and then get that little extra moisture from Rejuvenate Me. If you have specifically dry skin, this is a steal. So dropping that in the chat roll as well, as we're moving to the next section of this thing here. Okay, so Kwanda, here's your moment to shine, girl. It's like Quanda is one of those people. If she was a man, she'd probably be the person who give you the back rub and a massage, and then 5 minutes later they slip it in you. Because she just jumped on in there. Y'all know what I'm talking about when I
My
say
baby
that.
coming
You be
home. He
like,
coming home soon.
no, you be like, damn, baby, my back really did hurt though. So the next section is I am seductive.
They might as well put my name right there.
Now, yeah, we turning it up, y'all. We turning it up a little bit over here. So this collection is real sexy, but instead of me talking about why this is a sexy collection, Quanda, why don't you tell them about our Seduce Me collection and what makes this collection so damn special?
Because it has pheromones in it. Our Seduce Me, oh my God, our Seduce Me selection is just amazing. I am seductive. Call me seductive Quanda. I have been married for 22 wonderful, wonderful years in a row. Got 3 beautiful children out of that marriage. And so, hey, we got Bedroom Candy started. That just made it even more exciting. I keep it in my pocketbook. I promise you all, because I'm hitting pulse points all day. And you don't even really have to do that, but I like to lay it up, you know. I wash, I put my body spray on, has those pheromones, and everybody's going to smell different. You go to a party and you let the people use it, whether it's French kiss or if it's heartthrob. So I'm a French kiss by day, heartthrob by night kind of person. But then I've even put French kiss, because I got French kiss up in the bedroom. I got heartthrob in the bathroom. I got to have it everywhere, because when I want to put it on, I just got the spray or whatever. But you can combine them and you still smell amazing. Like, what? And you can have on your other fragrances and everything else, and all of it blends just perfectly together. I don't know how they did that, but it's amazing. It's perfect. You can layer them bad boys on, bad boys on, and it's just my go-to. So you know what my favorite is? It's the erotic notes, right? And my older seasoned people like the erotic notes, y'all. Because it's like a perfume oil, but it's perfect travel size. And like I said, I do a lot of hugging, and I get to, have people hug me and they smell right there. I sold one at work. I promise you all. The lady at work was like, "What you got on?" I was like, "Oh, that's my little erotic nose thing." She said, "Give me 2 of them." I said, "I know that's right." So it's the go-to. She got one at home and one in her purse, because she want to make sure that
I love that.
that she keeps the
I love
that nice seductive oil on her at all times, because hey, we pretty powerful. That's
that.
my go-to.
Yes, ma'am. I would say the collection is Quanda's go-to, y'all. Sounds
Yeah, the whole
like it is. Okay, all right. So Quanda, what you got for me? Are
Erotic
you
notes is my
seductive?
favorite. It is, yes, erotic notes, it
Erotic
stays on my
note.
nightstand. Yes, that is my go-to. I like to put on my erotic notes in when I put on the blooming cherry. So if I moisturize with the blooming cherry, I'll put that. That is a great combination. I remember I went to homecoming one year and a woman walked past me. She was like, "Well, what are you wearing?" I was like, "Bedroom Candy, here's my card." This is blooming cherry and erotic notes mix. Knock yourself out. But I love the fact that it smells different on every person. So when I do my parties, they have a wonderful time. I'll put the lotion of heartthrob, so because they can't remember which one is which. So I'll put the lotion of heartthrob and the spray of the French kiss, and I let them smell each other. And they're like, "Oh, it does smell different on you. I like it better on you than I do on me." Someone that really likes sweet scents ends up liking the heartthrob when it mixes in with their own body chemistry. So I use everything. I tell them all the time, I'm a sweet girl, I'm a musk girl. I use both the French kiss and the heartthrob, but my fave is the erotic notes. And I think a lot of people sleep on erotic notes.
I would say it's definitely one of those products that those who know, if that makes sense, right? So I could get with that. Okay. before I share, Anisha?
I don't sleep on it
Are
because
you
I buy them all.
ah, are you seductive, ma'am?
I am very, very seductive. Okay. I like the layer. So I'll do, I like to layer my fragrances. So I'll do the body wash. Um, I'll do the Heartthrob body wash. And then I just love Heartthrob because I always describe it as that fragrance that's hard to distinguish. It's like a feminine but masculine fragrance. So it's very hard to distinguish what that fragrance is. So I'll do the Heartthrob body wash. And then I may put on the French Kiss body mist or the Heartthrob to keep it along the same line, the Heartthrob body mist. And then put on my erotic notes. And at my parties, I like to put the erotic notes on everybody. And I say the light skinned people smell more fruitier and the dark skinned people smell more floral. I absolutely think that I'm lying. I don't know, but they believe me. And then they go around and they smell each other and they be like, oh yeah, I do smell fruit. I'd be like, I told you. But everybody smells different. So I always describe it as, of course, I always talk about the pheromones. Pheromones like fingerprints. Everybody's is different. So everybody will smell different. And everybody smells different. So they just absolutely love it. I also like to describe it as that product that I get a lot of drinks when I'm sitting at the bar because I attract so many people to me. So
Hmm. Okay. So I love all of them. Let me just say that because I absolutely am seductive. Now, what I will say is what my favorite is when it comes to this collection, I don't use the same one all month long. Um, I actually use a different one, for lack of a better term, when I'm in heat versus regular, because sex education side fact is that when you're ovulating or your body's preparing for ovulation, you start to release the luteinizing hormone, which and your estrogen kicks up a little bit. And so your pheromones that you're in your natural chemistry that your body's releasing is a little different. You ever notice that they say like you can smell when a woman's in heat that, not only is it a physical consistency difference down in there, things is hotter, warmer, moister, all those types of things. But in addition to that, you'll notice that the fragrance or the odor you emit when you're going through that period is different. It's kind of like an animal, like you know how they can smell when it's time to make a baby. So I happened to notice that when I would wear erotic notes during that time, it was a recipe for get the hell off of me, right? Because everything is so heightened, it would smell like not only would it smell a little bit more potent, but it would seem to project a little bit more. So you can't wear that through Walmart or Target or anything if you're not trying to get somebody to be on you, like pouncing on you. Now, if you're trying to get somebody to pounce on you, do that, okay? Like go ahead, take that erotic notes. If it's baby making season, you're trying to create whatever, go ahead and I even like to take the roller and draw a line straight up my inner thigh towards the vagina so they understand exactly where all roads end. But outside of that period, I use erotic notes. But during that time, my favorite, heartthrob. I got two bottles here because one time I couldn't find one, so I had to open another one. You know what happened, but it's okay. They still getting their equal share of pumps. I use the lotion, not all over. I only use it specifically on my like wrist, hands area, and like up in here, right? And then I let my other stuff carry over. So that, and then the body spray to tap it. And I also love to spray my bed sheets with heartthrob. Um, hands down. Whether
yeah, since we
yeah,
got rid of that seduce me,
the
no, not
sheets,
seduce me, the
right?
sheet spray. Yeah, for sure. I always talk about spraying it in the room to set the mood.
Yeah, and it's crazy because um, I would spray it even when we had the sheet spray, and then we would joke that I would say, "Baby, come on, let's roll around in this bed and make it smell like us." So you're gonna know that's where you sleep. So I would definitely go with Heartthrob fragrance in the collection, as my pick for all the time. And then erotic notes. It's hard to choose in this one. I actually thought the other ones were hard. This is probably the hardest because I really don't think I do without either. Okay, all right. So skipping ahead just a little bit. And now we're going to take a little bit of a turn, right? Because this is not about the women, but this is something that I've actually had a lot of women customers in the past who've absolutely purchased and utilized this collection themselves. This is something that is designed for a male or masculine presenting or identifying individual, but really because it is also pheromone laced, like our Seduce Me collection, it is something that can be used by a woman as well, and it will have a softer undertone. Now, the collection fragrance is called Eros, right? And our BK for Men collection. And I'll tell you, it was very intentional that it got this name. Eros is actually the god of blood, aka Cupid. So Cupid's name is Eros. And Eros is the son of Aphrodite, the goddess of love, right? So, and it's also the root word for all things erotic. So a lot of people don't understand. I'm telling you, we intentional. When that man says, I am Eros, okay, he's saying, I am erotic, I am love, I am masculine, I am sexy, all of that good stuff. So we really, really love this collection. But one thing I wanted to ask the women here is that we know that we shared earlier that the sex industry in general is male dominating, but the adult toy industry is more woman dominated, right? You start to see more women take that prioritize her pleasure to the forefront than you see men. And also, even it shows up in our community, we have way more women consulting than the men that we have in our community. So when it comes to this collection, right, I would love for you to tell me when you are presenting products from this line, what is the product that your customers, right, or your audience are most excited about once they get an opportunity to interact with it? Okay, so I'm gonna stop the share. And just so you guys know, we do have products in this collection that's for the shower routine, for the skincare, stuff that'll help with the facial and hair care, and then also Sugar Daddy, which also came up earlier, is a part of the BK for Men collection. So, who want to go first? Let's see.
I can go. So Quan, that's how you can, you go ahead.
Thank you, Anisha. So the head to toe, I see everybody in the chat is going crazy for the head to toe. That is definitely the go-to. I have a male customer that when he runs low, he just sends me a picture of it and say, "Do you have any in stock?" Like, I met him at a vendor event and he saved my information and he cannot live without it. A few months ago, he contacted me. He had just bought one, went through TSA, and he texted me ranting that they took his stuff and he hopes that I still, and that was when it went out of stock. So I was like, it's out of stock, but you're lucky. I do have some in inventory for you. He can't live without it. It smells absolutely amazing. It feels amazing on the skin. I remember, so my son is 15 and I let him use that as his moisturizer. And one day I was like, I thought he had on some cologne. I was like, well, where you going? Now that you in high school, you want to be smelling all good. He was like, that's the head to toe that you gave me. I was like, oh, I'm gonna switch you into that Nourish. I don't want these girls on you like that. But the head to toe, hands down, is a favorite for my men customers.
Okay. All right. Head to toe. That's not. I knew head to toe was coming up. I'd be surprised if it don't come up again. But let's see. Anisha.
So I'm a boy mom. I'm surrounded by males. It's all around me. I have a male dog. I have a man. Okay. And I have boys, 3 boys. So we use all of it. I am arrows all throughout my house. My man, I love to give him facials with Fine. So I give him a facial with Fine. He absolutely loves it. He feels like he's at the spa because, can't no other chick touch his face except for me. So I give him, nice facials with that. And then my baby boy, my 16-year-old, like Saquana was saying, with her 15-year-old, I'd be like, hold on, who is this coming up in here with this smelling like this here? But I layer him also. So I have the body wash in the shower. He has Fine in there too. He very seldom use Fine. They don't understand the importance at that age, of a scrub. But he uses the Fine body wash, and then he'll also use Arrows head to toe to moisturize himself, because back in the day, before before he was 16, he wanted that cologne fragrance, right? And I was like, no, you too young, you still my baby. So I would give him the Arrows, and it was a nice balance in between that man to young boy kind of smell. So.
Okay. Now, Quanda, I know you got something over there for me. So tell me about yours. What would you say is the Behave for Men product? It could be a customer or it could be a men in your household that they get most excited about.
I am an Arrows lover. I'm an Arrows man lover. I am an Arrows George lover. Okay. He is wearing everything. And I know you asked me earlier about how I was able to introduce him to the product. So my go-to, and for every man that I see with a beard, I am selling you the Pragmatism beard oil. I am selling you the Pragmatism beard oil because that is just amazing. I love the smell. It's just like a rugged, but still like a earthy, sexy. Oh my goodness. It's amazing. But then we hit them with the Arrows and the head to toe balm. And I'm like, what are you going? You just want to like suck your man in, suck him up. And some women even like the fragrance because it's just the bomb. Two quick cute stories or whatever. So when my oldest son, he's in college, about to graduate, praise the Lord. He has a beard, right? Because I got bearded men, my husband, my son, but my son really has a beard. So I sold him the beard oil. He didn't give me no problems. Love the beard oil. I given him the men's spray. He loved the spray, different things like that. Autumn. In addition to that, I was trying to get my youngest son, he's 18 now, he's new freshman at Bowie, trying to get him to like our products. He wanted me to go to Bath and Body. I said, you go to Bedroom Kandi or you get nothing. So recently he discovered our body wash. And so he just came home on Monday and I lied out. He said, Mom, do you got some more Arrows body wash? Because I left mine at school. And I was like, you're in luck. Yes, I have a bottle, right? I ended up taking it and selling it to somebody, but his is on his way. But he was like, you're gonna have to take me back to school if you can't get me that body wash, right? So I was sending out messages to people. Do y'all have the Arrows body wash? So I could give it to my son, but this was the same son that was like, don't give me that stuff, a couple months ago, and he discovered the Arrows body wash. So he's loving it. And I told him to get on the screen because his dad is out right now. I thought that we would get a surprise visit by Mr. Arrell, but he's out doing whatever. If he comes in while we're still doing it, maybe. He refuses. He said, just tell him I like it, Mom. So anyway, he loves Arrow's body, but we love everything. I keep it here. And the second story is my husband. So I told you earlier that we fight over sugar daddy, right? I'll never take his sugar daddy product again. I was doing I ran out for some reason and I was doing a party and I needed his as a demo. But when he looking for his stuff, he don't play that. He's like, where's my sugar daddy? And I said, well, I borrowed it. He said, don't ever borrow it again. You're a consultant. Buy your own sugar daddy. Don't touch mine because when I go for it and I want it and I'm looking for it, I need it. So I don't touch his stuff no more. He was serious, y'all. He got upset with me. Don't touch his sugar daddy. That's how much he liked it. He was ready. He getting, the areas ready and stuff like that. And so he was like, don't mess with my stuff. So we love the collection. We love he's Arrows, all Arrows. I had no problem introducing them to it. You don't have no problem introducing your man to it either, or your woman, whatever, because it's just that bomb and it smells amazing. You be wanting to suck them in, and you don't even want them to go out after they spray it on, especially the body spray. You be like, well, wait a minute, just stay in the house because you smell too good.
I'm honest, I'm Team George, because leave my alone. But but I understand. I can tell you this. I used to get so annoyed when I would put stuff like heartthrob and stuff in the bathroom and they would run it through the ground. So I'll tell you quickly my answer because I want to make sure that we don't go too far over time. And I think we might need an extra 5 minutes beyond 9 o'clock if you guys can hang. But the beard oil would be my answer as well. But I think now it's the grooming kit. I take the grooming kit and I put a beard oil and a pocket balm for the men in there. I gifted it to my son. I gifted it to my brother. As they were coming into their manhood and starting to learn how to take care of themselves, and you're seeing they growing mustaches and all that kind of stuff. But that pragmatism, I'm a heavy advocate for trying to get some other stuff that smell like it because I know you talked about the moisture. I love a good soft beard against my, lady parts. But I also love how it smells. The pragmatism beard oil just nothing else in our collection smells like it. And it is such a great scent. So it's conditioning, it's moisturizing, and it does all those things, but it smells so damn good. So that would be my choice. I did drop the link to the whole BK for Men collection. Now, I do want to make sure that I go forward because we do have one area that I want to get a lot of love to. And I want to ask the ladies about the colors they're wearing on their lips. And then I'm going to take a moment to kind of like power through some of the other things. Everybody will receive this resource to be able to look through some of the stuff that we talked about. But I wanted to take a moment to, because I mean, this event is called I Am Pretty Powerful after all, right? So hi, here, we're not going to get to the pretty powerful. Now, I Am Pretty Powerful. Pretty Powerful happens to be the name of a lipstick, two lipsticks in our collection. It's a specific collection that you'll see here in the imagery that the tubing has affirmation surrounding it. I am authentic, strong, beautiful, and candy coated. Authentic happens to be the name of our vibrant red color. And then I am fierce. I am fierce, brave, resilient, and candy coated is the color of our purple toned, bold, pretty powerful color. And I love that these are not only products that are an affirmation in their own, but have more things to remind you every time you go to coat your lips, whatever color you're choosing. But these are bold colors, statement colors, things that you can do when you're going from the daytime look to nighttime look. And sometimes your daytime look is your nighttime look. But you put these colors on and it will absolutely pop. They will take a natural look and glam it up instantly. But also we have our makeup brush set that I wanted to give a little bit of spotlight to. Our candy coated makeup brush set itself, the name of it is nothing crazy, but each and every brush in our collection has a name or hashtag on it that you would use not only to help you remember what each brush is intended for, but it's going to give you something that kind of got a little bit of attitude to it. So for example, right here, the brow lip liner is Slay the Day for slaying those brows. So I am slayed. I am flawless for a flawless mindset with our concealer brush. I don't blend in, right? So that's our blending brush, right? And then we have, I'm throwing shades for our eyeshadow brush that's throwing some shades. So it says that I am glowed up. This is good for brush application for like, sometimes you're illuminating powders and things that help give you a little bit of a shine. I am a natural beauty. This is for our bronzer and blender. So when you're just trying to get that tone to look nice and even. And then I set my intentions. This is the powder brush to help set the setting powder on your face. So it's a combination of affirmations. It's a combination of a mnemonic device to help you remember what these brushes are for. Now, before I go forward to the next two, I just want to ask the host really quick on stage, if each person could just shout out the color they're wearing tonight or any candy coated cosmetics that you have that completed your look. What are you wearing tonight? And I'm going to order. I see you guys. Anisha?
I am candy coated. I have the concealer. I love our concealers. I like to contour my nose and I love my eyebrow, which you probably can't see because of my eyeglasses, but I contour my eyebrows and my nose with our concealer. So I love our concealer. I am also on my lip. I have date night on my lip. And I love our lipsticks because of that nice magnetic case that it has. And then under these eyeglasses, again, I have throwing shades on my eye. I love the eye. I'm an eye girl.
So a lot of people don't realize the date night tubing also has some fun things on it. Bewitch me, seduce me, sweet on me, and play with me. All words I love. So dope, dope, dope. Kwanda, what color are you sporting this evening?
I'm pretty powerful. So I'm sporting fierce, right? Because I'm a fierce girl. I'm resilient. I'm fierce. I'm brave. I'm candy coated. And I also love our eyeshadow palettes, Anisha. And so I put a little on my eyes too. I love that you got 4 different colors. You can blend them joints. You know, you ain't even got to be no expert. You just put a little bit, use our brushes, put a little bit on to make you look like you glammed up. You ain't got to spend a whole bunch of money on no look and no makeup artist. You could do it yourself.
I love it.
So I am
YouTube it, right, Kwanda?
huh?
You can YouTube it.
I don't even do that. I do it myself. I figure it out.
You
I
should
ain't got no
start
time for
drawing.
YouTube either. That takes too long. I just put it on. Do it look pretty? It look pretty enough. All right. I am pretty.
I am pretty. I'll take it, Kwanda. I'll take that. Hey, so Kwanda, are you coded today? What are we coded in?
Yes, yes, yes. And I'm like Quanda. We gonna just do it, make it do what it do. I'm not watching the video either. I love our candy coated because I am far from anybody's makeup artist, and I'm like, it'll work. So I am pretty powerful as well. I am wearing authentic. I lined my lips with our inspiration liner. And I do love our quad eyeshadow palettes, but for those that just want a little something, a little razzle dazzle, you're not comfortable with doing the different shades, this is our luster collection. All you do is give your eyes a little bit of shimmer. You can do a line, put it on your entire lid. You cannot mess this up. This is Voyager, but we have tons of different color options in the luster.
Love it, love it. So I'm not going to tell y'all my answer yet, because my answer probably fits better into this next section. But I'm going to show you on screen. But today I am giving. Okay, so with our I am given section, this is the section that represents some of our fierce looks, our specialty lipsticks, and really the giving part is very intentional because a lot of these products have a give back component. You notice our BK Blessing, hashtag BK Blessing lipsticks also sports the cancer ribbon. And we have one color called Be the Change and the other one called Be a Blessing. These are specialty lipsticks that where a percentage of the sales are going to a rotation of charities. We tend to highlight these during Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So these are some amazing products there. Our Give Wild Sexiness is our MILF Pink Go Wild lipstick. It's really to be a little wild, a little sexy, unleash. And you'll notice with the tubing, we add that little fierce kind of cougarish vibe to it. All right. But I love it's a bold pink color. We have seasonal ones like our Cocoa Kisses and our Joyous Kwanzaa, and then one of my favorites, which is our Sweet Brownie color, but in our Freedom Fierceness Juneteenth commemorative lipstick, which sports the Freedom colors, and a special edition lipstick. So I love this one. I love what it represents and it stands for. And every time you pull our lipstick tube out and someone sees it, they're guaranteed to be drawn to it. But today I am giving proudly. Okay, so I'm actually a blend. If you want to get technical, you might notice my lips are not one color. It's a little contrast, but this collection doesn't really go too far from me. This is what the outside of it looks like, and I love the packaging on this particular one, but you'll notice it sports some flags in there. This first one says love is love. The second one sports the new and improved LGBTQ plus flag. Be yourself is the affirmation on the next one, and then we have the non-binary flag here on this one, and then proud of you shows up on this lipstick, and then lastly we have the trans flag. So this collection is something you can get as an entire collection, and I love just seeing it together, but you can also get these colors individually. One of the colors I'm sporting on my lips sports that love is love concept, and I can't think straight. Okay, quite frankly, it's real in alignment with who I am because everybody knows I'm part-time gay. And just do some gay stuff every now and again. I always tell people I will touch her. So this one, Sports to Love is Love, but I can't think straight. It's something I have in common with our founder. But it is a really, really sexy red, right? Now, transparently, Saquon is wearing my favorite red go-to. I got like 4 pretty powerfuls that's open because there's one in my fanny pack, one in my bathroom, one in my office, and then I keep one in my car. So you can't afford to not be pretty powerful. But the Can't Think Straight is such a beautiful one. The rest of the colors match the rainbow. And this is also a collection that honors an array of sexualities, but also gives back because every Pride Month, we also donate a percentage of the sales of Pride collection items back to charity as well. So that's that right here. But the other color that I did contrast with is date night. So like Anisha, actually took date night after I applied my Can't Think Straight, and I just went around the border of my mouth to give an ombre effect of a darker outer and a lighter inner. It just gives it a little something different when you want to, and it don't require no YouTube tutorial, just use it, just go around the side, just like that, hit it like that, hit the one of those tools and you're done. So that's my color choice. Now, I do want to show you guys one more thing because we are over time, and it's important that I give this to you. We do have a collection of our cosmetics, but there's a few looks that Kandi have executed that people really love. So we created collections that have all of the items in it that she is wearing in the look. Right, so the Heartbreaker, the Natural Glow, and the Bad Girl Beat are actually looks of Kandi, and you can use these items to create that look. When we share our resources in our post attendee email, you'll get this link. It also has a link to our Kandi Coded Cosmetic catalogs that's clickable here, or you can scan it on the QR. Now, the last category is I Am Luxury. I happen to have and I Am Royalty, and I happen to have a little bit of luxury and a little royalty always close by. These 2 collections, right? And I'm going to rapid fire this with you guys, but these 2 collections are some of our more unique toy collections. We have so many products and so many toys, but these collections are specific and unique. Our Luxe has a very sexy diamond handle crystal accent sort of to its design. And you'll see our Allure, our Amaze, and our Embrace all sport that. It's also a product collection that has handcrafted motors for each of them. So each of them sport different motors, and the motors are selected to deliver the right power based on where they're intended to be used. So that's something that you want to know about that. And then our I Am Royalty collection is celebrating our royal treatment collection, which covers our king, your highness, and queen vibes. And each of these vibes have 2 very special elements to it. One, that they're made from body quake motors. These are the strongest vibes that we carry next to that mic drop. Mic drop takes the cake as the strongest toy in the collection. But next in level is the body quake motors of this collection, match with the cushiony, soft, sexy silicone of our Comfort Tech technology. And when I tell you, baby, cushiony, soft, we're talking soft. I'm not going to go deep into this, but I'll just press into the tip of that right there in front of you. You see how soft and flexible and bendy that material is. So if you're the kind of person who likes power but doesn't like toys that feel too hard on your skin, this collection, just go ahead and hashtag I Am Royalty, because that is for you. If I had to ask you, I'm going to ask 1-word responses, guys. First one is, and in the same order of Anisha, Kwanda, Saquana, are you luxury or are you royalty? So the first one, Anisha.
Luxury.
Luxury. Kwanda.
Royalty.
Royalty. Saquana.
Royalty.
Royalty. Okay. And in the same order, which luxury item are you, Anisha?
I am alluring.
We're not surprised. Her team's name is Team Allure, y'all. She is alluring. Okay, Kwanda, which royalty?
Your Highness.
She is Your Highness, and it's on sale. I think
that joint is half off.
That joint was on sale. You got to get up in there. And then Saquana, which royalty are you?
King.
Oh, I am king. I hear that. I love that. Now I ain't gonna lie. out of the Royal Treatment Collection, I was most excited. I remember king with your highness and queen. So I had time to love them. And then I'm like, damn, where the king at? So my answer to this question is I am also royalty. Okay. And I'm gonna just leave it at I am royalty. I'm royalty. I just period.
Because you like all
Sometimes
of
I'm a
them.
queen.
Because you like all of
Sometimes
them.
I'm your highness.
We got it. You ain't had to say nothing else. We
I
understand.
choose.
Sometimes I'm at a party,
I
I get
cannot
upset with
choose.
it. They feel so good. I be like, I get caught up sometimes trying to explain the product because it's so soft and supple. And they be like, oh, you really like that product. I be like, I can't wait to get home.
I would sit here and do this all day.
It's something about that. It's that material, and then they got that body quake. Oh, okay. It's time to get off this. Yeah.
I tell you, because the tip of them internal ones, it feels just like penis when it first slide in. It's soft at first, and then it gets real firm. So I really can't choose between them because it depends on what I'm doing. That's going to determine which one I'm choosing. So, but I'm royalty. I want to say this as we are coming to the head, and I'm going to screen share for a moment as we go. And the screen is my favorite of the night. And it's because it feeds into our greater mission here at Bedroom Kandi. And that is the I am empowered, I am educated, and I am earning. So all you guys in the chat row who are part of our Bedroom Kandi family who can relate to those three words, I would like you to drop I am a BKBC in the chat for me right now, because this section represents just understanding that being a part of our community means joining an empowering community. That you got to understand really, really big mission of educating people, but we find ways to do it in a way that they can enjoy it. You've heard the stories of these ladies here and myself and Suki throughout the night and Kandi. Everything comes back to that common denominator of self-love and well-being and collaboration and growing others. It's just empowerment every way that you go, but empowering people to take charge of their sexual health and wellness as well is a huge part, and empowered to and create intimacy within their relationships and in their lives. So understand that there's more than one way to get empowered here. It can be by way of joining our family of BKBCs who are in the chat like that right now. But you can also be empowered by hosting a party and help us create the environment to empower others. So if you're interested in something like that, you want to check out, go over to bedroomkandi.com and hit the connect a party link. It'll help you connect with a consultant if you don't already have one who is here tonight. We want to make sure you get paired with someone who's local to you so that you can have that experience. I am educating. Well, I think that one, I don't really got to explain much. Everything is about knowledge here at Bedroom Kandi. We just find a way to make education edutainment is what I like to call it, because we are entertaining with our education. But it's really, really great to help people understand this business and this opportunity allows people to educate themselves about not just sexual well-being, but also business, right? You're growing, you're going to receive self-development, and so who can't get down with that? And the last thing is I always say passion and purpose is best when it comes with a paycheck. So I am earning. All right. Huge part of people choose to join this business is because they understand that this is an opportunity to do something you'll love, do something you'll enjoy, do something that's fun. Take advantage of your own discount, as you could tell, we all very well have done here. But also the opportunity to earn, right? So even if you don't want to do it as a deep business, you keep that website live, like Kwanda said, keep that website open, right? And allow people the opportunity to choose to grab things if you do it. Or while you're trying products, share it on people what you love about you. Who knows? You might find yourself making an order. Someone who thinks I could be serious about this industry and I really might want to work it. There's a lot of opportunity over here. You can earn from your parties, you can earn online from web sales, you can earn as a leader from team commissions, and there's so many different ways to work the business. So I would love to extend an invitation for you to join our family, join our community, and be a part of this mission of being empowered, educated, and earning. You can head over to bedroomkandi.com and hit the join tab so you can learn more details about this. So I think you start like no other. But if you're here with a consultant, talk with the person who brought you here so they can help get you nurtured into their family, and a part of our bigger family. Now, the last thing I'll share is when you guys get this resource, I would love to encourage you to go ahead with this category and fill out 5 affirmative things that you are. We told you a lot of the things that we are. We need way more than 5 spaces, basically. But you can also use our products as inspiration. I am rejuvenated. I am balanced. I am authentic. I'm alluring. The list goes on. And most importantly, you are pretty powerful, right? So as we are closing out and giving people the opportunity to, I want to take a moment to thank our co-hosts. You guys are amazing. I thank you so much for joining us on here. And I I can't be guys. I wouldn't be able to do my job without these people. Quite frankly, I would be. I don't know where I'd be without them. Every time there is a call, there is an answer. Every time there's a call, there's an answer. I want to thank you guys for always answering the call. I want to thank you guys for always showing up for yourself and others on days that you feel like it and on days that you don't, on days that you're mad at us and on days that you're happy with us, right? These are the people who come in here and they speak up for the community. They are always going to advocate for you guys. They speak up for the experience that the customers and consumers have. These are the people who are helping us make decisions about what we add to this collection and how we can always we got a bedroom Kandi. And so I am eternally grateful. I am grateful for y'all pretty powerful asses. Okay. So thank you, Saquana. Thank you, Anisha. Thank you, Kwanda. And we also want to send another thank you out to Suki for tonight and here on the stage. And thank you, Kandi, for having a vision to collaborate with Suki and create Bedroom Kandi as it is. Thank you everyone for dialing in. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to that song that we started in the ending so we can party on our way out. And take a moment in the chat before you run out of here and tell me what you are. Can I see some of these affirmations? I'm gonna play this song by Sierra that we started at the beginning that we didn't get to finish. And for those of you guys who are curious, the song is called Winning. So I am winning.
We are Raj, big freedom. That's now.
Big smile in the morning. Oh, Simon, I love that. Keep raining morning. You see, God don't play you. I am the best version of me right now. Bring that to the top. Go ahead. Around me. It get hard, I know. Let them bring you down, girl, I know. Let them bring you down, you way too close. This one for the youth, pretty slim fit. She's looking on the internet, always nothing loyal. But it's something that I'm doing, she's doing that. She's looking my bag, she's looking for the cat. I'm a warrior, I'm determined. When I pull up on my curves, I'm everybody. You take a lady in the city, I'm a bus super great. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think everybody should be screenshotting and grabbing because these are some good words. These are some good things that you guys should remind yourself of on a daily basis. I want to take this time to really thank you for tuning in this evening. We had a wonderful empowered event, and I can say that I absolutely am walking away from this feeling very, very empowered. And I'm sure my co-host here will agree with you. Everyone have a wonderful night. And we will have this on YouTube ongoingly for people to go back and replay. So share the YouTube link with anybody who you think might benefit from some of what you heard tonight. Everyone, I am tired. So it's time to go. All right.
Good night, everybody. Thank you, Tasha.
Have a good one, everyone.
Awesome director in training. You're awesome.
Yes, amazing.
Amazing. Pretty powerful.
I love y'all.
Love you. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, guys. I love
Thank
y'all.
you, everybody, for hanging in there with us. Have a wonderful night.